Welcome to my kitchen. What's up? As you can tell by the title, this is part of my series, Cooking with Kale. That's me. But it's also ironic because today we're actually cooking with some kale. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so for today's recipe, I'm gonna do a winter kale salad. I've actually made this twice for family holiday parties and it was a hit. It's really, really good. So I'm gonna get right into how you cook it. Warning, disclaimer, I'm not a professional chef and I tend to sometimes not measure things. I am going to my best try and tell you measurements of what I'm doing. I just prefer not to measure. I just like to throw things together and that's how I like to cook. So I will have this recipe linked down below in my blog and there will be all the formal measurements and stuff like that. Again, like I said, I'm gonna try my best, and if it winds up being like too little or too like not enough, feel free to like fix it however you want. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I'm really excited. So we're gonna get into the nitty and gritty and get cooking. All right, so the first things you want to do are get your sweet potato and quinoa ready. I already put the quinoa in a rice cooker. I have a rice cooker. It is a saving grace and I love it. So I just did about 2 rice cooker cups of quinoa and I filled the water level to the number 2 and put that on. So that takes about like 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. So that's why you want to get that started first. If you don't have a rice cooker, just cook the quinoa how it says on the bag. There's instructions on the back of the bag and it's, there you go. The thing you want to get started on is your sweet potato. So I preheated the oven to 450 degrees. Today I'm only doing 1 sweet potato. As you can see, I cubed it like so. The seasons I put on it were about a couple twists of pink Himalayan salt, so probably about like a half a teaspoon, maybe a quarter teaspoon. Same with the fresh ground pepper. I love pepper and I like to add a little bit more salt to my potato. So I guess salt and pepper to taste. And then I did about a quarter teaspoon of paprika, a quarter teaspoon of thyme, a quarter teaspoon of onion powder, and a quarter teaspoon of rosemary. Actually, probably about half a teaspoon of rosemary. As you can see, I kind of eyeballed it. I did not measure it all, but that's just the way I like to do it. So yeah, you're gonna toss that in a bowl with some olive oil, probably about a tablespoon, and lay it out on your tray. Stick it in the oven for 15 minutes and then flip halfway through, stick it in for another 15 minutes, and you've got delicious, perfectly cooked sweet potato. Okay, so for the salad base, there's a couple ingredients that you're for sure gonna need. Kale. I bought pre-chopped kale just because it's easier for this. So I bought organic pre-chopped kale and I got the smaller bag. They definitely sell like bigger bags. I used one of those huge bags to make these for my holiday party. So definitely get the smaller one if you're just doing it for a couple people. And I got pre-chopped because it's easier and chopping it all myself. And that helps me measure it out. So I don't know exactly like how many cups this is, but you know, one of those small bags, and make sure you get organic. Kale is part of the Dirty Dozen, which I can link or put down below in the description box, that you always need to be getting organic. Avoid pesticides and GMOs and all that disgusting stuff. So yeah, nice curly kale. That's what you need, about like a small bag. You're also gonna need beets, and I bought pre-roasted beets. Roasting a beet is a huge process, and I actually didn't want the beets warm, and I found that this is better. It's by Love Beets, and I actually like their beets a lot. I love their beets. So this is the brand that I got, if it'll focus on it. Love Beets, and they have regular, but I got organic cooked beets. I always get organic beets too. I don't know why, I just feel like it's kind of important. I try and get organic as much as possible. So there comes with 3 of these, and the best part about this is the ingredients is organic beets. There's no added salt, there's no nothing. So yeah, so for this recipe, you're just gonna use 2. If you really don't like beets that much, you can add 1. They add a really nice just look, it brings some color to the salad, and they're really good for you. So yeah, 2 of these beets. And then I'm also gonna use 3 organic large carrots. I've already, what do you call it? Grated the skins off. You're also gonna need a little bit of lemon, probably like half a lemon. I have a little bit more here, but yeah, about half of a lemon. And then some apple cider vinegar. And you always want to get apple cider vinegar with the mother, as it says. You don't have to get Bragg's, but always get it with the mother. That's that good stuff that's in there. Apple cider vinegar is amazing for you. So yeah, we're gonna get into the recipe and I'm gonna show you how to make the base of the salad. Here we go. Okay, so you're gonna start off with a really big bowl so you have room to toss your salad in. And I use my hands, so make sure you wash your hands before, and just throw your lettuce in there. All right, so you're gonna take about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And we're just gonna put that on there like so. And I forgot to mention that you're gonna wanna have a little bit of olive oil. You probably already have it because you used it on your sweet potatoes, but we're just gonna do like a slight little dash. And then you're going to take your lemon. I'm just gonna cut off this little dry bit on the end. And you're gonna put it in a lemon thing. If you don't have a lemon, like a juicer, like I do, just hold it over your hand so you don't get seeds. And juice almost half the lemon, but not quite. This is gonna kind of pre-dress your salad, so you might not even need to dress it when you're done. Then again, you might. So just dive in and you're gonna massage the kale. Massaging the kale, you're gonna see it's gonna become like a darker green color. It helps to soften it so it's easier for you to digest. It kind of condenses the salad down, so it's not gonna look like there's as much as it did before. And you can already see like the dark green coming out. That's how you kind of get the goodness out of kale. So you're just gonna set this aside while you prepare the other stuff for your salad. Just let it sit and soak up all the goodness. All right, so we're gonna move on to the carrots and the beets. I'm gonna start with the carrots. Just chop the little ends off, as little as you possibly can. Save most of the carrot on there. And we're gonna do these in strips. So if you have like a julienne tool, use that. I prefer not to use a food processor. It kind of makes them too thin and then you lose a lot of the carrot flavor. So I do this by hand. It's a little tedious, but I mean, that's cooking. So I just chop it in half and then chop it lengthwise. And then you're just gonna slice like so. And they can be different sizes, but you just want like little strips. So now we're gonna move on to the beets. Beets kind of stain, so just be careful. This is why I'm wearing an apron. I usually don't, so this is an improvement. There's gonna be liquid in here too, so don't wear white when you're cooking this. All right, so you're gonna kind of do these in strips too. So there's like a method to my madness here. I cut them in half and then I'm going to slice this way, like twice, kind of like how people do onions. It's very easy. Beets are like super easy to cut through. So you're just gonna do it like that twice, just so that your strips aren't super thick. And then you're just gonna cut them down like so. Okay, so now that you've chopped everything up, you're just gonna take your salad, add them in, all the carrots, and all of the beets. And again, I just use my hands. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, use a spoon or salad tongs or whatever. But you can just see how pretty this looks already. Just keep tossing. Make it look pretty. All right, so that's the base of our salad. It's done. Now we're just waiting on the sweet potato to finish and the quinoa, and then we'll add some more and we'll be good. All right, so I've just taken the quinoa out of the rice cooker. I made quite a lot extra just because it's always good to have quinoa on hand. And I'm just gonna take a couple scoops and put it in here. So just plain quinoa. You can use red quinoa if you want. That would actually look really pretty. but I'm not fancy. I just have plain old quinoa. Quinoa is actually, fun fact, a complete protein. So it's really good for you. So that looks about good. And my sweet potato is also done. So I'm gonna put a little heat glove on and I'm gonna grab that and put some of that on here too. And so we're just gonna scoop it on there. I love potatoes on my salad. I actually roast regular potatoes and put those on my salad as well. It's a really tasty way to bulk up your food. But now that that's done, since it's hot, I'm gonna use spoons this time, and I am just going to mix this all around. I added walnuts in off camera. And that's it. So that's my first cooking video, cooking with Kale. I'm gonna be doing like 80,000 more of these. But yeah, so this is a finished product. It's pretty big. It's my delicious winter kale salad recipe. If you want a good dressing for it, I'm going to put dressing in my blog post that you can make for it, but I think I dressed it enough with the lemon, apple cider vinegar, and olive oil, so I'm finished with that. I'm gonna go and enjoy this. Yeah, it's perfectly dressed. I'm gonna go enjoy this beautiful winter kale salad. If you make this, please let me know. Tag me in a post on Instagram and hashtag cooking with Kale. You'll see, I'll post a video of this or a picture of this on my Instagram. So yeah, let me see if you make it and tag me in the picture or comment below. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next time I come out with a video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button, and check out all my links down below if you want to follow me on the daily. All right, I will see you later. Thank you. Bye.